Hi guys, so today we're going to be doing a review on this cube, which is the ShengShou 3x3. I wanted to do a review on this cube because I've had it for a while and it's actually been a very surprisingly good cube for me. And I just wanted to make people aware of that if they were interested in it. So firstly, I got this off eBay for what I think was under £5, and I got this just because it was a cheap addition to my collection. It was another 3x3. I try and always get a different brands, try out different ones and see if there's any surprises, and this did turn out to be one of them. Also, I'd heard a few good things about it, and not that it was up to sort of Diane Zanchi quality, but it was better than you think. Firstly, I'd like to show you the pieces. I'll start off with this edge piece. Now, there's not really any fancy tricks to this. It's a pretty standard edge piece, as you can see, and the corners are mostly the same, quite a thin stock there. But yeah, it has these sort of a raised ring out the side. This tends to make it move very slick, very quickly. From how tight the edges are, you wouldn't really expect this cube to be very smooth. But with the way it's made, it's got very loose corners compared to edges. With the raised contact point, it creates a lot less surface friction, meaning that it's a very smooth cube and still has that reassuring feel of being very solid and safe. And because of how tight it feels, especially on the edges, you'll very rarely get a lock. I don't actually think I've had one in about a year that I've had this. But as I said, I wouldn't really use this as a main speed cube, but definitely as either a warming up cube or maybe just one to take around and practice on. It's another one of those cubes where if you know how much pressure to put on them, they'll move as fast as you want them to. But if you're putting the same amount of pressure on all your cubes, then you aren't going to get the same reward from the cube. Stickers that are used have been very good. I've got no chips in them, and it's a normal colour scheme, same as the Diane colour scheme. I'll show you the corner cutting. The undercutting is very good, almost a full cubie. Not quite. Overcutting is quite a problem though. That's about as much as you're going to get. Do a quick size comparison with the Zanchi. As far as I remember, it's almost identical, maybe a millimetre, less than a millimetre taller actually. So I'll do a quick solve for you to show you what it's like, and then I'll go over the pros and cons. Okay. And there you go. So yeah, sometimes it can lock up, but that's mainly just due to the main quality of it, but especially with algorithms, it's very fast, especially if they don't lock up. Okay, so the pros of this cube are, firstly, the price. As I said, I got this for under a £5, and I think if you look around, you'll find it to be a lot cheaper than the main Dianes or the Moyus out there. It's a very smooth cube, as I explained, with the friction points. I think it's a very good alternative for beginners moving into more advanced cubes. Sometimes the jump from stock beginners cubes and the Rubik's brown cubes to Diane's and better now, it is quite a jump, and I think this is one of the few that I found that is right in that middle area, which could be good for people like that. Some cons: obviously it's not the best out there. It's not going to beat top of the range, and as I said, if you're quite rough with it and don't put the right amount of pressure on it, then it will lock up quite a lot and won't really be too effective. Overall, I would definitely recommend this cube. Okay, well that's it from me. Please like, subscribe, and happy cubing. Curvy Copter cube. I know I've done quite a few videos on this, but it's definitely one of my favourite cubes, and I haven't done a full review on it, so that's what I'm going to do today.